Hello, guys, and this was a 1 versus 1 game very early on in season 21 that I did, where this guy actually was scoring goals on me. I could tell, like, this dude was a smurf and stuff, which, they really ruined the game when you're faced off against them, but what was interesting about this game against this period guy was that as this game progresses, when I scored the first goal on him, I don't know what it was, but he actually just stopped playing, wasn't really doing anything. And there was also a little bit of star treatment that happened. He definitely received as well, but whenever I scored the first goal, and here's the first start. Now that dude's being a little bit of a witch there. I actually got all the way back to save that. Dude still got the momentum out of it, but whatever. Yeah, when I scored the first goal, he all of a sudden just didn't want to really play. He wasn't trying as hard. And then there were a couple of moments where he wound up going AFK. I don't know who the hell freaking does that, but okay. And that was some more lucky BS that guy got. You know, when it's 1 versus 1, you're in a lot of aspects at the mercy of the Rocket League gods. Now, that was a goal I should have had right there. But, yeah, this is why, I don't really play that. I play that so horribly there. But, yeah, I'm not really a ones player. Like, I hardly ever even play twos. I'm more, threes, Rumble, Snow Day. Just anything regarding a 3 versus 3 match. Heck, I would even play, well, it's not chaos anymore, but quads. And as you see right there, I was really doing what I could to fight against this dude. I actually almost got one on him without really very much boost. And you see this guy doing his little stuff. Of course, guys like this, they're not just going to put the ball in the goal like a normal person. They want to show off. They want to get some clicks or whatever for their fan base. Show it on TikTok. And actually, I misjudged that bounce off the wall. That was going to bounce like a different way. That's why you saw me whiff like that. So, I mean, okay, yes, I am human. There was some of this stuff here that, I was definitely not playing my best. And there was one, that one right there, that ticked me off at the time because I know that I was in position to hit that. I hit stuff like that all the time. So he got a good amount of star treatment. But now, as he scored the 6th goal here, I barely missed that. Things took quite a turn right here. Dude's trying to do his shenanigans. I was able to save it, and then I was able to take it the other way. Now you see how I do it? I just put the ball in the goal, nothing fancy. When it's open, no need to complicate things. Dude's still playing here, and then actually helped me out right there. I was able to get the boost pad. I blew him up from behind. I was able to get a goal there. Kind of stuck in there. It was a little ugly. And I do remember, actually, there was there wasn't a lag going on. I don't know if there was a DDoS thing happening, and then dude's AFK right there. And then next thing you know, I remember when I scored that third goal, all of a sudden, I don't know what happened, but the dude just decided to forfeit. For some weird reason, after I got that second goal, especially, I don't know what was his attitude problem, but he just decided to forfeit. So, and you know, considering, as you saw, the momentum was starting to change my way, I don't really think that it's that far out of the possibility that I probably would have, if we would have played the last 1 minute and 45 seconds, as you see at the top of the screen, I really don't think that it's out of the realm of possibility that I could have come back and beat this guy. I really firmly believe I probably would have won this game. And considering that I've had some times where I've had, I'd say probably about, I don't know, like 4 or 5 games, like I'd say 4 games or so, where I almost pulled off a 6-goal comeback. Well, this one, it counts, but it doesn't. So I'm counting this because of the fact that the dude voted a forfeit like an idiot. But, I mean, who knows? It could have been a kid that probably had to go, but I don't know. Who knows? You know, I mean, obviously, there are a lot of kids that do play this game, and just young adults could be, you know, in their early 20s, late teens, you know, 18, 19, but, hey, you know what? I'm not complaining. I'll take the win, so I'm going to count this here. I mean, because technically, you know, I did win. This was a winner by forfeit. I'll exit to the main menu here just to show it. So, this is the first time ever that I have actually come back from 6 goals in a match. Granted, I know it's more of a technicality than anything else, but this is it right here. I named it 6-goal comeback, sort of. As you see here, that it shows a win due to the fact that the guy voted a forfeit. So, as you see on my stats, I scored 3 goals. I had 2 saves, 5 shots on goal. Scored with 624 points. So, yeah, this happened on December 13th, 2025 at 3:06 p.m. And that is it, fellas. This was my first ever 6-goal comeback on a game that I did not record. So I figured I would share this to you guys. And, you know, this is something that I want to make sure that I could spread a message to everybody out there. This is why that you never give up. This is why you never give up. Anything is possible. I have made 20 comebacks from 4 goals down. I've come back from 5 goals twice. And now, this one from 6 goals. And I'm also counting tournament settings as far as 3-goal comebacks because, in my opinion, trying to rally down 3 goals, like, granted, it's not super difficult, but in tournaments, you know, things are at a higher competition. So, actually, later on, in that day, it was in the semifinals of a Heat Seeker tournament. That was the first time I ever came back from 3 down in Heat Seeker, by the way. But that was where I made my 19th 3-0 comeback in a tournament setting. Now, if we're talking regular games, I couldn't even begin to tell you how many times I did that, but yeah, I figured this was worth sharing. It was a 6-goal comeback in a technicality. It still counts as a win, even if the guy, voted a forfeit in a tie game. But yeah, leave the video a like, subscribe for more content, and I will see you guys later.